As you've just seen in that 1 minute brief clip, we're here to talk about posing. So a lot of people ask me, well, it's quite controversial, my posing, because it's probably been on the fence with a lot of American posing, a lot of UK posing, me still hitting old poses from like 2013, 2015 when I was winning the Arnold Classics, when I was coming second at the Olympia. And if I'm honest, I think I hindered myself the last few years with not getting with the times and adapting. And that's something I've learned very quickly this past year, is men's physique changes so quickly. And if you don't adapt at that same speed, you're going to get left behind. And getting feedback from the judges and actually getting in front of the judges away from stage, i.e. when I went to Steve's before the New York Pro, Tyler Mannion come and see me after the Pittsburgh Pro this year, the little pointers they gave me, I would have never ever thought about doing, and it brought my physique on so much that I won the New York Pro, and it was the best I ever looked, and it was the best I ever showcased. So I wanted to talk a bit in this video how important posing is. I've never took it for granted. I've always spent a lot of time in my preps practicing my posing, but I've been maybe in the last few years practicing the wrong type of posing, but it doesn't take away from the fact how important it is. And I typically start my posing practice 8 weeks out from a show. I've started a little bit early now, we're 10 weeks out, or this will be 9 weeks when it comes out, this video comes out, but I'm just determined for this to be a strong point of my competitive career rather than a weak point. And I feel like we're at that stage now because I'm really happy with the new posing. So when putting your posing routine together, obviously you can go and work with a posing coach, but if you can't afford a posing coach, and something I always wanted to do was be self-taught. And the reason for that is what suits another physique or somebody else's like mindset might not be the way you want to showcase your physique. So I feel like it's really important to get to know your body, know your physique first, practice it, get fluent with it, and then have some help if you need it. And the best way to do that is get yourself in a studio. We're in a studio now, nice and quiet. You don't even have to pay for a light. We've got a setup here, but I'm 15 years into competing now, so we do have stuff like that. But all you need to do is get in front of the mirror and start looking at your mandatory poses. So you need to do a front shot and a back shot for men's physique, nice and easy. That's where you start. So you look at what your best assets are. So if you've got a wide waist, you're not going to stand straight on. If you've got a small 28-inch waist, you want to showcase that, and you want to showcase that X-frame. If you haven't, by twisting your torso slightly to the side, it's going to elongate your obliques and your intercostals, which then give the illusion of a tapered waist. And all these things you can see in the mirror, and you can start thinking about, right, that looks great, that looks fantastic, tick that off. Go to the back. Again, tripod it, get your phone on. You can get a tripod for 15 quid nowadays, $15. And yeah, you can then look back on it and say, well, that didn't look very good. That was great, arms were too high. And you can then start piecing together what looks good and what doesn't. Once you've got your poses down to a T and what you think makes your physique look the best, then you start looking at transitions and start trying to make it look fluent. So don't just go and think, shit, I need to know all this in one go. You don't. Break it up, break it down, and take your time with it. And think about, if you're in the audience, what you want to see. You don't want to see someone on there thinking about, how do I get into my next pose, and being all nervous. You want to see like a show. You're there to watch a show. So you want to see a showman who can like make it look arty and artistic, fluent. And that's how you start to put your routine together. And once you've got that, get some friends, even get a posing coach if you can, or even get it on social media and say, guys, what do you think? Any feedback will be great. Obviously, hopefully you ain't got any haters who start ripping into you, but then you start to build off it and you start getting to work and you start training, you start dieting and you start practicing your posing, and it'll all come together. The one thing about being a bodybuilder is consistency. I perform my best when I'm in the same environment I have been for the rest of it. So same kitchen, same utensils I'm using, same gym equipment, all that kind of stuff. But that is in an ideal world. But with my work and with us traveling so much and my obligations, that's not always the case. We have to train in different environments and whatever. So there's no excuses. You still get the work done. But at the same time, you don't make excuses up as well on your posing. You've still got to pose. So if it's on a gym floor, which sometimes you look at people, why is he posing in the middle of it? there might be a backstory to it. There might be the fact that he's 3 weeks out, and no matter what, he has to get his posing in at that time, because people are busy nowadays. Like, it's not a, the world is such a, like a rat race, so you can never really know somebody's individual, like, journey. So I never judge anybody, like, taking the top off in the gym or posing one if they're competing and all that kind of stuff and they want to see progression. But for me, that's not me. But every gym I go in, most places have like a spin studio or a studio here like this, like an open class studio. We'll bring a light with us just in case the lighting's no good, and we'll start hitting poses because I'm 9 weeks out. Right guys, so just to reiterate what I was saying about wherever we are in prep, whatever gym, whatever environment we are, we always get our posing in post-workout or fasted after our morning cardio. So as you can see, this is a spin studio, it's quite small, but it gets the job done. With mirrors, we brought our lighting, like we said, all set up, there's no excuses. Isotension, posing, on point, 8 weeks out, that's what we do. So, it's really important. You can't step on stage thinking you haven't done enough. You need to know you've crossed all your T's, dotted all the I's. No matter what, we still get the work done. And that's what's key. So don't... No, I won't say that. But yeah, make sure you practice your posing at all times. Right guys, really appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully it just gives you a little bit of an insight into it. This could be for anybody, any part of your competing career. This is a subject what is a bit dear to my heart because it's been a bit of a hindrance to me. So I'd like to think I've learnt my lesson now and I've done the work and I know a little bit about it. So yeah, hopefully you can take something from it. Thank you for watching the video and I'll see you in the next one.